Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again. My name is, as always, Bull, and this week we're going to do kind of an unboxing. Unfortunately, it's not going to be a full unboxing because the box was very heavy, and when I tried to bring it in the house, it fell apart on me. kind of broke apart and fell open. But this one, I believe, there was no name on it, but I believe this was sent by one of my patrons, Tony Glinka. He had asked for my address, and he mentioned that I was going to be getting a surprise midweek this week, and, well, it's midweek. So I'm kind of assuming this was from him. If it's from somebody else, I do apologize for that. But, yeah. So today I got the mail truck arrived, and it had a good-sized box. I mean, couple of feet wide and 1.5 feet tall, and weighed about 50 freaking pounds. It was really heavy, and like I said, unfortunately, when I tried to pick it up, the top opened up, but then it supposedly had handles on the on a couple of the flaps on the lid, so you can carry it easy. So I tried picking it up by those, and one of them broke, and then the bottom started splitting. So, anyways, so what was in the box? What's in the box? That's always the question. So I was kind of excited, because I'm always excited when I get a box of something that I don't know what it is. So I lugged it inside and took a look inside. I'd kind of seen a little bit, but I waited till at least I was in the house to really look. And in the box was, looked like about a case or two of Gatorade, which is kind of awesome. I love Gatorade, especially if you mix it in with a little bit of Everclear. I call that Haterade. You take a bottle of Everclear, you clear out about maybe an eighth or a fifth of the bottle, drink up a little bit of it, and then you replace that with Everclear, and yeah, it's fantastic. Okay, it's not really fantastic, but the nice thing about it is if you mix it right, you can't actually taste the Everclear, but it'll get you buzzed pretty solidly, at least me. I have a high tolerance to alcohol, so I don't, yeah, I have a really high tolerance to alcohol, and I don't actually like the taste of most alcohols. I've learned to appreciate some scotches and stuff, but for the most part, I don't really drink, except at conventions. And if I'm going to drink, I'm going to drink to get buzzed, and because I have such a high tolerance for this sort of thing, I just sort of naturally have a really high tolerance, and then I'm kind of a bigger dude, so that just adds to the tolerance. So I kind of have to go all in if I'm gonna get solidly buzzed. So I end up drinking, like I said, what I call my Haterade. But anyways, enough about that. Gatorade's awesome, but Gatorade's easy to find, and Gatorade's everywhere. But I do appreciate the Gatorade. That was pretty cool. But along with the Gatorade, there was a 12-pack case of I don't know if that's gonna pick it up. Hi-C. Oh, I always have problems with these cameras. There we go. Hi-C Ecto Cooler. I've been looking everywhere for this stuff. For those that are not aware, if you're, been living under a rock, or if you're younger than about 20, you probably don't remember Ecto Cooler real well. But Ecto Cooler was a staple for a lot of us when we were younger, in the 80s and 90s. Ecto Cooler was actually a rebrand of a Hi-C, this like citrusy flavored Hi-C drink. It was rebranded and I think dyed green. And it was rebranded to tie in with the Ghostbusters cartoon in like 1986 or 87, I think. I don't remember the year off the top of my head. The cartoon itself went off the air in the early 90s, but Hi-C Ecto Cooler maintained it lived on into the early 2000s, and it was a fairly delicious drink. I really loved it, and I'm sure part of it was the branding. I'm a sucker for a good branding. I really am, but it disappeared. Hi-C apparently tried bringing it back under another name for a little while, but unfortunately, A, I didn't know about it, and B, by that point I was a little older and not really paying attention to things like Hi-C drinks. But anyways, to coincide with the new Ghostbusters movie that's coming out, the all-female Ghostbusters, which looks interesting. I'm willing to give it a shot. It doesn't look, the trailers don't look as funny, but I don't have any problem with the all-women cast. So that's you know, it's an interesting twist. Not really a twist. It's an interesting play on the original, I guess. I don't know. Not really sure what I'm saying there. So we'll forget it. But anyways, yeah, as I was saying, high C. So I have a can here. The light's kind of... One of these days I'll figure out my lighting situation. Is that gonna... kind of... Alright, anyways. Can's kind of got slime on it. It does not have Slimer, which is a little disappointing, because that was kind of a staple of the old one, is that it always had Slimer right there on the juice box, because originally these came in juice boxes, but for some reason they come in cans. I think there are boxes as well, but cans I think is the most common way. So it's all right though. It's kind of cool. I like the cans because, you know, cans are easier to drink and there's more to them than the juice box. So I haven't tried one yet, so I don't know how it stacks up to my memory. I will probably be a little disappointed, I'll be honest. I have not had a chance to find these. But anyways, because they brought them back out, but apparently all the stores seriously underestimated demand. Because every place sold out like immediately, and they've been sold out ever since. Apparently they go for a little pretty penny on eBay. But apparently Tony was able to find some on Amazon, so thank you, Tony. That was awesome. So I haven't had a chance to try one yet because, like I said, I want to make sure they're cold. And unfortunately, these have been sitting outside for a little bit because I did not hear the delivery guy, when he dropped the box off. So they've been sitting out under the sun, and it's pretty warm out today. So they're actually a little bit on the warm side. So I'm going to put them in the fridge, and I'll try one later on. Like I said, they probably won't live up to my memory just because very little ever does. You know, nostalgia is a strong flavor additive for foods. But, you know, it's one of those things where if I was ever going to bring back a couple of things from when I was a kid, this was one of them. And probably Ninja Turtle pies. They were just a Hostess fruit pie. I think they were like a vanilla flavored fruit pie, or not fruit pie, but pudding pie. They were just vanilla flavored. But they had, but it was like this green tinted filling, and they had like a green frosting on them. Unfortunately, the vanilla pies were really hard to find for a long time, so you couldn't even just go get a regular vanilla version of the pie. All I ever found were chocolate. I'm sure there were some vanilla ones somewhere around, but I never saw them. I guess they weren't that popular by themselves. And again, you know, it was basically just the turtle branding. But you know, those are just my couple of my nostalgia triggers from when I was like, you know, high school. Junior high, high school, whatever. So, yeah. Anyways, high C, Ecto Cooler. I'm excited. Yay! So this will be awesome. I will try these out later on. So yeah. Thank you very much, Tony, and I appreciate it. And awesome. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that has been it for me for this time. This has been my little unboxing video. If you're interested in checking out more videos, subscribe and like and all that jazz, you know, the usual. And I also do Patreon stuff. This is one of my Patreon backers. If you're interested in becoming a patron and helping to support me do more videos like this, some of the writing stuff I do, maybe join us in some of the role-playing games I've been doing online and stuff, please check out the link in the description below. It's patreon.com/Bulldrek. Anyways, have a good one and take care.